Utes.
But there are really good liquids out there that are nutritious.
Okay, it is 7 o'clock according to the clock in here, so I'll call the meeting to order of the Conservation Commission.
Oh, nobody can see anybody.
And I think we'll have a roll call so they'll know who's here. I'm Norma O'Leary. I guess you can see me. Carol Smith,
Yep.
Judy Rondo,
Two Wheeler.
and we have a guest.
Just visiting.
Pardon?
I'm just visiting.
Oh.
So you're a guest
Oh,
or
there's still a guest.
because you're sitting here.
Al Andrea is our guest.
And Dave Clark.
And
I'm Dan Malo.
you make it a little louder or not? Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Hold on, I just don't have it up very loud. All
How about
right.
now?
Yes, that's,
Okay.
We have Dave Clark with us, and I am Dan Malo. And
And who
Heather,
Guest name, is that Al Landry? I missed that.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Who's that?
Heather, our secretary.
Heather, that's our note taker,
Oh,
reporter, auditor, whatever. Okay, so, we need the approvals of the June 22nd special meeting.
Norma, you had made a note to me regarding two items on the minutes that could use clarification. I'd like to find that real quick.
One was the BSA dumping update. Would you clarify that?
Okay, the BSA dumping update, we did reach out to BSA when this initially happened and informed them of the issue. But since we haven't had adequate verification from them, then it's been gone. The trash has been removed. So I've left some messages, and I'm hoping to hike it sometime, on a weekend on my off time.
Excuse me, did I have a motion to approve before we started discussion?
No.
No, okay,
All
good.
of the minutes, you mean?
Yes, but I have a motion to approve the minutes and then we'll,
Motion to approve.
I'll move the motion to be approved. Oh, the
okay,
minutes.
do I hear a second?
She seconded then because he did.
Second.
Okay,
One of you.
now we'll have discussion. Thank you for that on the BSA. What was the other one that you wish to report on? Dan?
Excuse me.
Um,
There was an issue of the word no, spelled K-N-O-W, and it should be no. I'm trying to spot where that was, because it kind of changes the context of the sentence.
Number 8,
Okay, regarding the Robbins Preserve. They know that ATV use is an issue on the property.
you've talked with,
Stephen Adams, the attorney for Wyndham Land Trust.
oh, okay. Okay.
And this is in the context of Valerie Clark's comments. She made comment on a couple items that were brought up during the meeting. And I think it's fairly known to everybody that there's ATVs using parts of the property over there. But it's just the wrong word for the sentence. It kind of,
It's K-N-O-W instead of N-O. Okay, any other comments or questions on the minutes as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no.
Aye.
This is Judy. I'm just going to abstain because I wasn't at the meeting.
Okay, financial matters.
That's a jazzy tune.
Yes, very upbeat.
Thank you. Embarrassing.
No, you're fine. I'm sorry. I thought it was underneath there. maybe.
Carol, you got the financial report?
Yeah, I'm in my hand. I was waiting to see what you were gonna do. So we've got the new year report. So, there is available budget of, $28,444.93. 2.1% has been used so far.
Okay, we'll accept, anyone wish to, approve the financial matters?
Sure, I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Second?
Yeah.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. So carried. Correspondence? Members received email.
We've had a kind of a slow summer in terms of receiving mail. We did today receive an ArcGIS newsletter. When we get one of those kind of on a monthly basis around this time. But I think our Connecticut Wildlife Magazine is an every other month publication. And besides that, nobody's been sending us any bills or invoices.
good.
Yep.
Okay, incoming mail, incoming, outgoing mail, none. Okay, officer and committee reports. Conservation agent report, Dan?
Okay, in no particular order, some of the things that have come my way this past month, and some things I'd like to make the commission aware of. This one is an event. There's a Mountain Laurel presentation at the Yale Myers Forest on July 27th. And
You should have in there. I don't have one. Oh, thank you. Okay,
yep, it'll take place at the Forest Camp at 6:30, and it'll also be on Zoom. There's a hyperlink, easy to follow one on the report there if anybody's interested. I believe it might be free, but I don't recall seeing any kind of price associated with it. Yukon Clear training opportunities. So you asked me to investigate GIS certification and or training opportunities. No, actually, this is a different matter. Yukon does have a number of training opportunities for land use, and now they offer their online inland wetlands certification for free as an online module. And it's I think something easy enough. It's kind of just clicking through presentations, and I think there's quizzes with it. But it's a good certification for anybody in a land use commission or professional. And there's a link to follow there. There's also an aquifer protection training course that's offered for free. There are other courses that they have that do get a little pricier, like a stormwater design course. But there are free training modules, and the highlight of that is the inland wetlands certification.
should we as members of the Conservation Commission check these out, or?
I think so. gotten the deep certification a couple times. One in 2016 and I think one in 2012 when I first became a Inland Wetlands Commission member in Canterbury. It's changed in that there's new best practices, but I believe it's a beneficial type of, there's something to take away from it. I know our commission is not as active as a wetlands in terms of having people present before us and contentious stuff, but there's also commission modules within that training that are helpful for running meetings and that kind of thing. But if it's free, you know, and you have the time and it looks of interest to you, I think there's something to take away from it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know further in that report, our first investigation into GIS certification and training was through UConn, and they had updated us that the software that they train on, ArcGIS created this new subscription software. Sadly, a couple years after we bought our license, the version that we bought, they're not teaching anymore. So they have to radically rewrite their course, and they're not offering a course on GIS training or certifications until they're going with Arc Pro, and we use I think it's ArcGIS 10. I don't really know. I haven't had the opportunity to work with Arc Pro to tell you what the differences between the software are, but I guess it's enough that the training needs to be changed. We are on a wait list for more information from them. They would be, I believe, their trainings would be the cheaper alternative than a certification, which URI is aggressively trying to rope me into classes right now. I attended a online information session, which is the next item on the report, on June 27th. Their program is 4 courses over 2 semesters, 15 to 20 hours of coursework per week, which is not bad at all. The software that they would be teaching on is ArcGIS Pro, and but their enrollment date is August 2nd, and the cost of the 12 credit hours is about more than $10,000, which I think is not money you want to spend next week. But I would hope that UConn comes back online with something, because I believe they'd be a cheaper alternative, because the courses that they had prior, some of them were free.
Okay, so you'll keep-
Trainings anyway.
So you'll keep us updated on that?
Yep.
Okay,
If the URI program seems the best route at some point, they have kind of rolling enrollment deadlines. So it's something that could semester to semester, and I think even including summer semester. But on to the next. I had a deep open space grant info session in the office last Thursday regarding Deep's open space grant. It was kind of geared towards municipalities or land trusts that already had parcel in mind, or like they already had something purchased and they needed more towards it. So applicants who were prepared with a property in mind, not give us money and we'll find a property. But it was informative. One thing that gets brought up sometimes in these meetings that the state has open space protection goals, and the state isn't meeting its open space protection goals. And Thompson has an abundance of protected open space, but still there's a gap that could be covered. And I think Thompson could be well poised to get grant funding down the road if we had a particular property in mind to help accomplish the state's open space goal. And I had a handout for members about the state not meeting its open space goals, and also kind of what percentage we're at right now. And I mean, Wyndham Land Trust is gaining and gaining and gaining with over 1,500 acres in the past 12 years in Thompson. But the state has not really tried to purchase any more land around here. And really, we've lost one or two different land trust properties, Wolf Den Land Trust and Connecticut Forest and Park Association.
Why did we lose them?
I think, I don't know, I think one became Morning Beckons Farms. I think somewhere they might have dropped off of this list. And there are still protections on that property, but it's not counted as protected open space. Wolf Den Land Trust, I feel like we are almost outside of their reach in a way. They're kind of strongly located south of us. I did Eastern Connecticut Forest Landowners Association is the Wolf Den Land Trust, and I attended a silviculture Zoom meeting a while back on that, and I think that the properties sell, and the new buyer has different ideas in mind. But Wolf Den Land Trust is the Forest Owner Association, and Connecticut Forest and Park Association, I'd like to believe it was. I'd have to do some research onto that one, but we haven't had an increase in conservation easement land, and that's a question. We can figure out a way to protect more land if we made it a focus, but I believe we need to identify the potential properties and kind of at least set a plan in motion or an idea, try to, put it on a wish list, and that's the first step. But yeah, I just wanted to present that I think there's an opportunity somewhere in that the state is not meeting its open space goals, that there could be an opportunity for funding to make its way to Thompson back to protect more open space. But that's a type of grant that would be applied for probably through the planner, and we'd have to kind of get people behind it as well too, if we're picking on a particular property. But that's just for people to think about. I mean, we can't.
So who made the decision that Thompson needed, the Thompson area is 31,000. And our goal is 6,000. Who set the goal of 6,000?
6,000 is roughly 20%. A few years ago, the statewide goal was for 20% to be protected. Now they bumped it to 22%. They try to make this incremental increase in the goal every year, which seems to correspond with what year it is. But the initial goal when they set this high percentage target was 20%, and 6,200 acres is roughly 20% of the Thompson land area.
So we're not doing too bad if we get 16.2%.
No, we're doing very well. but there's still a gap in, eventually we're gonna want to fill that 4% gap. And I think the best way to accomplish it might be to get money back from the state. I mean, it requires a vision and a well-prepared application and maybe persistence. But I think it could be achievable. Wyndham Land Trust gets grants. I don't know if we should just partner with them to get to work to get more protected land in Thompson, but they might want to work on one of their properties in Woodstock. But it's municipalities and land trusts that go after this type of open space grant. And also beyond the grant, the state, I don't have the agency's name on the top of my head, but the agency that purchases properties for the state can also jump into town and purchase land for open space purposes outside of this grant completely. But I think there's a request process for that. But I think you have to have an idea and a property in mind to even make an ask.
But wouldn't it be advantageous if something was locally owned instead of state owned? I think of some state property that isn't.
That's
really-
true. And that we do also have an account of that collected, I believe that has about $90,000 in it as fees collected in lieu of open space for land use applications.
Yeah.
So we do have match money for open space grant purposes. And I think it would be in the best interest for Thompson to own the land rather than the state. I mean, the state ownership, I don't know what has more protection in 100 years from now. It's tough to say. But I believe maintenance factors into things too. If Thompson can afford to maintain the open space that we're asking to get. But it's
But
some
if we-
things to think about. But there's an opportunity somewhere here.
Yeah, it's probably better to work with the land trust
Yeah.
because the land trust would then steward it
Mhm.
and that would take the onus off the town.
Do we have some land that there's an interest in that like over aquifers or some important pieces that we should be looking at? Do you know?
I think we should do some planning. I think we've kind of talked about that before.
Mhm.
Try to identify parcels that have either open space significance or aquifer protection significance and put together a list and maybe do some prioritization and then work with the land trusts to start, either developing relationships with private property owners or, look for opportunities to purchase the land or go for, the open space grant program, things like that.
I'll keep an ear out, and as I see things and see opportunities, I'll present them to the commission.
Thank you.
Moving on to the next item in the report. I don't know if maybe Norma or someone else on the commission might speak to this too. The Thompson Litter League. It's a sponsored team-based litter collection competition organized by the rec department. That is underway. And I believe 20 teams, if I've heard that correctly.
That goal, I don't know if they came up with them.
Okay.
I
But I hope to get information on how their competition is going to share with the commission.
I meant to meet with Brian today. Maybe I'll get it tomorrow. But I had suggested that they work with some of the cemetery cleanups around the outside, near the stone walls. They need to keep the brush down. And so I have a list of 3 cemeteries that I thought they might be interested in if they include cemeteries in their litter league cleanup. I believe Tara and Brian were the 2 working on that. But I'll check with them tomorrow.
Yeah, I love it. Every little bit of help.
Yeah, okay. Maybe we should just sit down and discuss it, because I don't know how they would reward what they do at a cemetery.
The next item on the report, at our department meeting, we had a discussion about the flashing sign at the town hall. It's available for any group or commission to use. They prefer it when there's multiple messages, and an invitation has kind of been extended to commissions if there's a message or an event or any kind of thing we'd like to publicize, that there's space on the sign. The next item in the report, there will be a special town meeting on the 26th. There are 3 proposed ordinances that are up for adoption. One is kind of outside of our mission. I believe they're reducing the size of the Recreation Commission by 1 member. The second is the MS4 ordinance, illicit discharge and connection stormwater ordinance. Marlon and I've had a look at it. It's pretty basic and I mean, not basic, but standard. And I mean, we couldn't pick anything that we were dissatisfied with it about. The third ordinance that's up is the hotly contentious PA 490 open space. And I've left copies for everybody of those materials that they have at the clerk's office, the language of the ordinances. The PA 490 evolved a bit, and I don't quite know where it landed, but if any other members would like to make a comment on it, did it become less contentious, I guess is my question. Over.
So this would give us something to study, to look at, so we'd know how to vote
Yes, yeah.
at the meeting.
Dan, this is Amy St. Ange. The ordinance review committee spent about 6 weeks, I believe, drafting. I think it really offers a fair ordinance that really respects the 1979 decision, and set some criteria so that it's a strong document. So, but that's my personal opinion, for what it's worth.
Okay,
Thank you, Amy.
As another opinion, I wouldn't, it's a lot less contentious than it was when it started. I wouldn't say that it's totally not contentious, but politics is about compromise. And I think there was a lot of give and take. Not everybody's happy with everything that's in it, but I think as a general rule, as the ordinance goes, I for one, am hoping that it passes as it is. Other details could be ironed out in the future if they needed to be. As things roll on, you see they didn't quite work like you thought they would, and so you make changes. And but from where we started to where it is now, I'd say, yeah, it was a good compromise.
thank you for your input, both of you. Any questions on this, by the way? No, okay. If we have any further questions, I guess we can contact Amy.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Um,
Any other questions on the other ones, or you want to read them first and then you can make your decision at the meeting on the 26th? Okay,
On to the next item. Phil Thomas, our chairman, has officially submitted his resignation for health reasons. He's been the chair for, I think, more than 12 years and on the commission for longer. I believe the selectmen will formalize that at their meeting tomorrow, and this will create a vacancy on the commission. And the commission should probably elect officers after they fill the vacant position, or they can elect officers prior to. But Norma's been filling in quite competently in her capacity as vice chair. It's up to the commission when they want to take that vote.
For the benefit of the new members, who are the current officers?
Norma is our vice chair, and Carol is our treasurer.
Okay, thank you.
Did you happen to get in contact with Pat Sheever today?
I asked Marie Manjou, if she had received an application yet. She had not received one from Pat Sheever.
Okay. I know she had mentioned an interest in it. Okay. Thank you for that.
And also, Marie and I have been trying to work on the phone issue. And we wondered, Norma, if you're dialing 923-9561 instead of 923-1852.
I will check my phone.
So
I'll have my
It's-
grandson.
the correct phone number and extension should be 860-923-1852, extension 2. And hopefully that resolves it. But you're not the only one getting the clerk 2.
Okay,
This is our official phone number for the commission?
yes. This would be the number that anyone should call to contact you.
For the office, yes. I'd sent an email and a phone call, got the voicemail today for Public Works. They're kind of short-staffed and tied up on projects. But Norma had asked me to look into the Hazardous Waste Day that occurred on June 25th to see if they had any, how they would say it worked, and if they had any statistics or other kind of information on how the day went. And so I'm hoping to have that information. It would be good to share. If the information was capped, it would be good to share.
Yeah, this is Amy St. Ange. I happened to speak to Winston Averill today.
Okay.
He is going to be sending us a report soon. Apparently, it wasn't the biggest turnout as in past years. I believe it was 155 cars that came through with items, which was a little bit less than in the past. I don't know what the past was.
Maybe that's good.
Maybe.
Or people just forgot.
I hope nobody forgot, but he'll have a full report for us soon. I'll make sure you get it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe there's not that much hazardous waste out there, haha. Thank you.
We had brought this up at our last meeting about the wildlife crossing signs that Carolyn had ordered. They're beautiful signs, heavy duty road signs. I believe we have 8 left, and I have gotten some. I ask people around the town hall sometimes when it comes to mine if there are road areas around town that could use a wildlife crossing sign. And kind of the 2 that get mentioned a lot are Wilsonville Road and Aquatic Town Farm Road. But there are others, and if I'm thinking heavily forested roads that people speed down, but that's a lot of Thompson.
I was wondering if you contacted the state police, if that's anything they would keep a record of?
So I did some research on any kind of deer collision data, and a lot of this is not reported, except to insurers. But I didn't contact the state police, but I think they would at least maybe have a statistic or something to share with me. And this is Troop D.
Yes.
Okay. So I did use some vacation time this month, so my the amount of work I got done is kind of condensed. I haven't hit the ground running as I had hoped to with the conservation easement reviews, but there are easy ones that I think that can get accomplished, especially the town-owned property ones. There's Arrowhead Road, Lane, the area around the tri-town or tri-state marker. And I can do that on a pleasure hike, just to see a sign, you know. So I hope to do those soon. And
Excuse me,
Well,
where's Arrowhead Road?
Hiawatha Lane, I think it's around Quadic, on the eastern side of, I'm sorry, the western side of the lake.
Okay.
While I was on vacation, I was up in the White Mountains. The campground that I was at had park rangers give a very quality presentation about the history of the White Mountains National Forest silviculture, and especially their timber harvest program. The White Mountains, while a lot of people use them for pleasure, are a national reserve for timber. And they did a good job of breaking the ice with people on that fact, and explaining how they go about their work in a way that they maintain the integrity of the environment, the surroundings, while trying to enhance the quality of the forest. But it was an interesting thing to see randomly while I'm camping, and I couldn't miss it. I missed dinner for that. I brought the next item up earlier about the Yukon Clear GIS trainings. We're on their mail list when more information becomes available. We had broached this at the last meeting about the FEMA floodplain mapping has been released. Thompson's maps are open for review, comment, and appeal. They will go into effect in early 2024. And when it's all said and done, our map software that we use in-house, and that's also publicly available, AppGeo, will have a filter that you can toggle on and off that will demonstrate the floodplain area over the Google map that has all the parcel data. We use that in the office to get an idea of where wetlands are located, the zone maps, there's hydrant layers. There's a lot of functionality that can be built into this AppGeo map, and the updated floodplain maps will be useful for us in the office and members of the public.
Dan, if we wanted to look at the updated maps, where would we find them?
I should have that link. I will share that link. I can do that tonight from my
Thank you.
computer. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. I'm
Share.
curious.
Neglected cemeteries grant, I've emailed Martin Heft and I haven't gotten a response on whether there's going to be a 2022 grant. I emailed the person that Martin Heft runs the programs. I can't remember her last name right now, but Elizabeth runs, she's the person we send our applications to. I've emailed both. She's out on vacation. And there's no advertisement on the website if there's going to be a 2022 grant. But I'm kind of anticipating hopefully that there will be, and getting the documentation together that we've gotten together in the past to apply for this grant. It's gotten Wilsonville Cemetery really spruced up. And it's maybe not, you can nitpick this grant a little bit, but it's still money that we could stand to get back to Thompson. So our grant that we're working through right now will be expired in November. So the clock is running. I hope, and hopefully the state makes an announcement on this grant or a similar type of program to it. But there's not a lot of news on it right now, which is concerning.
Pardon?
Is that part of your?
Yes, to update you on that, there's two men that have been working on it, and one is being paid and the other one is a volunteer, Ryan Fontaine, and Peter Cummins and some others. It's really, I'm real proud. It's looking good. There were a lot of stones just lying down. So they're standing up straight and tall. There's a lot of gluing being done, and I think we're going to be real proud of it when we finish, and we should be finished by September 30th.
Very good, good. We want to get it prepared for our reimbursement well in advance of our deadline, so that's a good target. On to the next subject. The bluebird nesting boxes were very popular this year. We have handed out 26, and I have 24 people requesting a total of 31 boxes on a wait list. So I know Norma's done a great job of sourcing a second batch, but we could probably keep going and going and going on these. I still get calls, and I mean, somebody the other day left a message requesting 4. And I had to call them back and tell them that there's a wait list, but that we're trying to source more.
I had brought, how many did I bring? 8 or 10?
Yeah, maybe about 8.
I had a man by the name of Mike on Munyon Road in Putnam that made those boxes, and I've sent him a thank you from myself because I was the one that asked him to do it. But anyway, I just wanted you to know that he's received a thank you.
Thank you.
But I was also wondering if we should get in touch with Bernie Davis, and when Bernie has some spare time, he may be willing to make some more for us. He did such a good job, and I think he was proud of. So
Oh, he's got a great system and the expertise for sure.
Yes. Um, anyone else have any suggestions of how to get some?
Yeah, I was wondering maybe if like a local Boy Scout troop, maybe if we could kind of set up sort of a regular thing where every year they would, as a public service, make X amount for us.
Mhm.
Maybe Bernie could be their mentor.
Yeah.
You. We have one troop or two troops in town? Or is it a
No.
club?
I'm not sure. I'm so far removed from it now that
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let's look into that then. And see if we can make a deal with the Boy Scouts, and I can send an email off to Bernie and
Thank you.
see if he
Yeah.
can put it in his schedule when it fit.
Where do we source the wood? Does,
Well, I guess, I don't know for sure, but I think we could probably get some from David Eddy and from Barrett's
okay,
Farm on Robbins Road. So I don't think getting the wood is the problem. I think it's just finding someone to make them.
okay.
And actually, if push comes to shove, we might be able to just put out a little blurb of would like to make them for us. We might get a retired person
Mhm.
that would be interested.
Speaking as a retired person who has some woodworking equipment, if I had the plans in the wood, I could probably knock some out.
Good.
There you go.
We'll even give you some directions that go with it.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I had plans and wood,
There's a
not that I
template.
have any spare time. Retired people don't get that. It's a 24/7 job. But I could certainly try.
Yep, there's a good schematic that Deep provides, great detail. I'll forward it to you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Now, you want me to check on the wood then?
Yes, please, because that I can't afford. Wood is very expensive right now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, we needed raw wood, right? Not plain, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Rough is probably better, I would guess.
Yes.
Well, probably better than raw, right?
It is also raw.
Okay, thank you.
And the last item on the agent report, the subdivision regulations that are in draft right now. Marla will meet with the town planner and Joe Perotti in August about the concerns she had about lot sizes. I think Joe is on vacation for the month. And the timeline of these subdivision regulations has kind of been pushed to October. Initially, the comment period was through January, but they're still hashing out things such as shared driveways, and I think this minimum buildable lot size. So it's my read that these subdivision regs are kind of on pause for a moment.
Is
And-
Mala Butt still gonna give a presentation?
Yep, she still will have her time.
And you'll let us know when it is,
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
and we can be invited?
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, anyone have any questions of any of our agents' report? No, okay. Thank you. Moving on to old business. I guess we've discussed the bluebird nesting boxes. And, the storage cabinet appropriation, that's all set, isn't it? Or I thought we made a motion.
Yeah, you did. We haven't ordered it yet. Marla was still waiting, I think, to have her meeting to discuss this. I don't know when we're to press the button on to order this cabinet. but we kind of talked about it briefly in the office today. But it kind of never got to a productive spot, where we're
Well,
gonna.
let's get on the ball there.
I know. We should get it, buy it, spend it, and fill it full of the stuff that we need to put away. And not have it be a persistent agenda or report item.
The question came from Sue, wondering exactly what it was used for. Is it something special or made for certain things or what?
Yeah, so we have a lot of clutter around the office that Marla and I share. It's easy ups, little foldable tables, office supplies. I mean, we've lived without it, and we could organize a little better. But I believe we've had some money encumbered for a while towards this, and it would kind of present a more professional office if we could put some stuff away.
Okay, does that answer your question?
Yeah,
Okay.
go out and buy it. You got the money. Yeah.
Yeah,
As I say,
the
let's get on the ball there, Dan.
yeah the exact cabinet that Carolyn had in mind had doubled in price is kind of
Oh.
like how we've kind of
Was it metal or wood?
it's a metal cabinet, but we have found something similar, not as cheap as the original, but a midway option. And I think between what was encumbered and what your commission will be spending, we can afford this cabinet shipping and assembly if that's part of it.
Okay, what do we have under new business?
No new applications, though Jason LaValle is doing work off of Old Turnpike Road. He's got a subdivision up there that I believe he's starting to pull permits to start some work. There are conservation easements marked on the App Geo application, which some of those conservation easements are in question. But this is a good opportunity to speak with him to formalize those easements if they are not already. And
Is this in Quinnebog
yes,
Yeah,
or Fabian, whatever?
yeah.
Yeah.
Norma, do you remember if those were ever marked?
Pardon?
Do you remember if those conservation easements were ever marked?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know,
So-
Dan, if they were ever marked on
I
the?
don't. Yeah, I'm not certain. I don't think I have that on my list, my paper list. So I think those were maybe a conceptual subdivision or something, but this is not, yeah, Mr. LaValle also has other properties too, where that are on the App Geo that we're not certain if they're in fact actual easements. But now that we have them in our office, we're gonna find these out and formalize them and hold them to what is approvals, what was approved.
Yeah, it would be good to get those reviewed and marked before they start clearing lots to make sure
Yeah.
it gets cut down that shouldn't be cut down or encroached upon.
Definitely.
So you'll be checking on that, Dan?
Yes.
Okay,
197.
I guess this comes under old business, but we had discussed the burial spot behind the Knights of Columbus. And we had talked about putting a chain around it or something to mark it to make sure that someone doesn't inadvertently ruin it or disrupt it. Can you find out the procedure that we need to do or how much money it would cost, or if we need permission or whatever in Connecticut. We had a sample of what they did in Rhode Island.
Yep.
So maybe we should see what the procedure is and get started on that.
I'll be happy to do that.
Okay. Did anyone have any questions on that? You'll remember the cemetery behind the KFC? Okay, well,
How far back is it up into the woods towards,
it's not too far from
or is
the
it,
water.
is it
And it-
immediately behind Knights of Columbus, or is it up
No,
the
it's
trail?
up, you know, where the lean-to that burned,
Yeah,
it's past that, next to the water.
okay. I think you kind of start going uphill a little bit at that point.
I don't
I
recall.
haven't
I've
been out
only-
there in a long
Yeah, I've only
time.
been there once,
Yeah.
but,
Did you take me down there
Andy
once?
Syme we own some conservation land in there,
Right along the water.
but it's
yeah.
not all included in that. Some of it's on the other landowner, I think, instead of, so, in last month's meeting, we had a picture of what they did in Rhode Island
Mhm.
with putting just a chain around it and a sign in it
Mhm.
that says what it is, so people
Yeah,
will know it's there.
yeah, that's kind of nice.
I still
So-
think we need to confirm that that is an actual burial site. And even if it's like a Class D survey where it's kind of a old map on an old anecdote, local lore can add up. But I think we need to kind of work to confirm that it is an actual burial site.
Could we work with the state archaeologist office?
That's, I think, the people who would say true, you know?
Well, maybe I should go back to Andy Syme, the man that took Carolyn and I out on the tour and showed us where it was, to see where he got his information.
Yeah, I'd like to go with you too if you can pin down a time. I'm pretty flexible.
All right, I can do that. Okay, any other new business or old business? Citizens' comments?
First, I have a question, is Lynn told me that she thinks people are gonna be working on a butterfly corridor,
The which,
butterfly corridor?
yes,
Okay, well, I had asked Carolyn Wurge this question many years ago, and this garden over here, this is our 20th year or more of doing these gardens. We're gonna be 70 very shortly. I'm not sure how much longer we're gonna do it, but this garden has a lot of milkweed. I just want to talk about milkweed quickly. Monarchs need it for all parts of their life cycle. They eat the nectar. They lay an egg that turns into a monarch caterpillar underneath, and then that caterpillar eats the leaves when it gets big enough, turns into a chrysalis, and boom, you have a new monarch. Last year at our garden, I was getting for weeks about 50 new monarchs hatching out every day. And you can tell when they're new because they're wet, their wings are wet looking. And, but in this garden right over here, there is milkweed, a lot, and we've been pulling it mostly up because Carolyn wouldn't make a decision. I asked her to bring it to you. She goes, do what you want right now. But if we give up the garden, that's going to get taken over very quickly by milkweed. That's something for you to think about if you're really doing a butterfly corridor. The other thing at our
excuse
garden,
me, wait a minute, which garden are you talking about?
Right out front.
The one
no, this one on the selectmen's
Oh,
side.
I'm sorry.
by the gazebo?
No, right over here.
Just on this side of the building, this end.
Oh, on the side of this
But that we
building?
don't see,
Right.
we don't,
Is that the,
We don't walk by it then,
yeah.
when we come in.
you're
It's
talking about,
on this side. Amy walks by it.
Do.
and it's full of milkweed?
No, we leave some every year, but milkweed, you can't pull it up. You do not get the root, it snaps. and they come back. And so that's what I'm saying. Once no one's taking care of it, the milkweed's just gonna take that garden over.
Yeah, then we gotta start eating milkweed.
So no, you
No,
want to
you
leave it
don't,
for the
yeah.
butterflies.
We want to keep it down, so you help eat.
No, you don't want to
That's a
keep
good
it
point.
How do
down.
you maintain that later on?
You just
Let it go, thin
you
it
let
out
it go,
once
and
in a
at the
while?
end of the year, you pull it up and the heads, of course, have the seeds. You've all seen milkweed seeds flying.
Oh, right.
When I was a kid, milkweed was everywhere.
Yeah.
Farm fields
was.
along all the roads, everyone's backyards.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons we're losing monarchs, and they are an important pollinator.
So your message is that,
It's something for your group to think about.
yes,
We want it limited.
when we,
No, you don't want it.
in
I
our
can
butterfly,
limit
No,
it
you want to
right now.
encourage it.
you want
When-
to,
when
To
me and Lynn
support
aren't
the
taking care of
monarchs,
it,
yeah.
It's just gonna
So
take
it's
over.
gonna be a lot of milkweed. Isn't that good?
It is, that's my point.
Oh.
I'm asking you, should, you guys might want to decide, should this be part of your, it's not
Butterfly
that
bush, I
kind.
know, butterfly bush is another thing. That would be
Yeah.
very pretty in the garden and that will attract your monarch. But the milkweed will help
That
pollinate
will
them.
too, but the milkweed, they need it for all their life cycles. So I'm just saying, something to think about, because one of these days, me and Lynn are gonna say,
we've had it.
yeah, we put in about 1,500 plants every year.
I think it's
That's beautiful.
insane what you've done. God.
Of course,
it's
that's
beautiful.
because a lot of them don't make it, the perennials. I don't know why they didn't make it this year. It was mild. We lost a lot of.
I know, we did too at home. We did too.
The other thing is, at our garden, we're butterfly bee bird paradise. But I've been letting milkweed take over my garden because we can't keep up to all of it anymore. And we've been putting in a lot of butterfly bush, and that's what they go to. Butterfly bush have very small flowers that you need a proboscis to get in. So them and the bumblebees go crazy.
Yeah, they do.
But, I've talked to Andy and he's not sure if they want to take on something that I want to leave to be a butterfly habitat. There's 2 buildings there, and
You talked to Andy?
Andy Rusakevich.
Oh, okay.
That was our plan, to leave it to Wyndham Land Trust, but he doesn't know if they want to, they're more into birds and butterflies.
Okay.
The butterflies pollinate, the birds don't very much.
No, no.
So.
They just eat.
If you could keep us abreast, you can give Lynn information when you're working on the butterfly corridor. We've been working on our wills, so that's something, say we died in an accident, we want something in place, Doug, hurry up. It's been 2 years.
Thank you, Al.
So,
Does milkweed have to have a lot of sun?
It can be filtered, son.
yeah, and that gets plenty of sun over here. It's full day.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Thinking, we used to see a lot of milkweed. Now I don't see any around.
It's in
Well, you can
fields.
come to my
Farmers
place
don't
and I'll
want it.
give you seeds this fall.
Yeah, and farmers don't want it in
I
their
got all
fields.
the
They're
other
always taking them out.
wildflowers in my yard.
I mean,
For
it
spring,
smells
yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, the flowers smell really beautiful.
And right now, I'm seeing lots of monarchs in my garden and other types of butterflies, of course.
My clover on my lawn is filled with bumblebees.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love the cool.
It's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have that.
Clover too.
so if you could keep us abreast where it's going on your, and think about this, like I said, I don't know if anyone's gonna take it over. There'll be some perennials out there until, perennials just mean 3 or more years. They don't mean they live forever.
No, they don't, no. Yeah,
Thank you. Members forum.
What's that mean?
Do you have any comments, any questions, any?
I have a question/comment.
Okay,
Because I don't know if this comes under our purview or not. I know that cemeteries are part of what we are supposed to be conserving. I was shown some photographs and it came to my attention that there's been some damage at the East Thompson Cemetery. And most of this damage was done by people who are caretakers at the East Thompson Cemetery. The people mowing the lawn have bumped into stones, knocked them over. Recently, some trees have been removed from there. And the equipment moving the trees has damaged some headstones. Litter has been left on top of grave sites. Headstones are just leaned against other headstones. When they get knocked over, they just pick them up and lean them against another headstone. And I didn't know if we're the people they should talk to, or if you can lead me to whom they should talk to.
I can very easily talk to John Rice.
Well, John Rice was the person overseeing the tree operation when damage was done. So we can talk to John Rice, but somebody else might need to be talking
But
to
some of the
also.
trees were, your pine trees are falling down and wrecking gravestones.
Yes.
So that's why those trees had to come down. And I think it's on their agenda to cut more each year.
Yeah, but some of the equipment that was cutting the trees also damaged headstones. They weren't careful. That some damage was done by the equipment. I understand that, I mean, cemeteries need to be maintained, like everything needs to be maintained, and trees falling down and doing damage, but the person mowing the lawn has also banged into, I mean, she showed me scrape marks on the cemeteries, on the headstones, tire marks going over them, and this type of thing. So the caretakers don't seem to be being careful is the comment that I got. And
Okay. Thank you.
mhm.
Is that the big one that's along?
By the Thompson Speedway.
Yeah, wow.
It's not easy
That's a
mowing.
huge place.
Yes,
And it's probably all against the woods or that he's talking about,
yes.
because I've never walked it, but. Wow.
I believe it's his son that does the mowing. No, maybe it's not. No, he hires someone else. Okay, anyway, I'll check with John on that. Okay, any announcements aside from the town meeting that's coming up on the 26th?
I can't go.
So read your information and
Oh, yeah, I did.
come to vote with your
They're absolutely
questions or
voting.
comments. Any other announcements? Anything else coming up exciting?
Not that I can think of, I
Well,
think
the
there's
concerts
more
are,
concerts, one or two more, I think at this point. Tag sale, the townwide.
That's
tag
coming up
sale.
the end of the
That's
month.
On the sixth.
and you, can you give us an update of the,
Sidewalk project,
Sidewalk
well
project.
underway.
yes, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's
project to be
exciting.
completed by September.
Mhm.
That's a big one.
Is this Christmas or
That's what I've been hearing. That's why you got, threw me off.
It's coming up, watch
I'm
for
going to
it.
meet you at the farm site there.
No, I mean, yeah, Lynn's parents.
Okay, I've got to remember how to get there. It's up in your way, where your house. Yeah, I know where you
Kitty corner.
Yep.
Okay, no other announcements. We'll move on. The next scheduled meeting is Monday, August 15th. At 7 PM. Yeah, forgot my train of thought. Dan, will you be? That must have been a very good thought.
I know that one. That'll be Wednesday.
Okay.
Forget that thought.
Just let me know when you remember.
Yes, okay. Sorry about that.
Text him.
Thank you very much. Do you have any questions of us, Dan?
No, I think as I do the research, do the preliminary research on how to verify that the burial site, and if there's expenses that might come with that or more direction I need from you, I'll be asking questions. And Same with some of the other topics, such as prioritizing parcels and that kind of thing.
Do you think if there are expenses on that, on the cable or whatever and sign, that you should speak to Tara? There might be a grant for something like that?
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Hmm. I hadn't thought of that till now.
Depends on how. Think you-
Okay, do you know if the summer camp signed up for work at cemeteries, or did they ask Lynn if she would give a talk on litter, on rubbish, on litter of recycling? I don't know, okay.
No, I'll follow up with Rec
But I-
about
I
the,
can ask Brian if Lynn had said that she would be willing to give a presentation. I
oh,
thought that at the camp for the kids on recycling. I thought that would be something.
What camp are we talking
Th-
about?
There's a, Thompson has a summer camp for how many weeks?
What does it run to?
That's school kids.
Well, whatever, quite a few weeks, and they
So they're
get the
just
kids to do
one-week
different things.
sessions?
One of the things was they had them, last year, they had them cleaning gravestones. The lady did a beautiful job of explaining to maybe 10 kids how to clean gravestones to
Yeah.
brighten them up.
Wow. That's something we all need to know, I guess.
So
in a
that's
way.
where I got the idea that Lynn would do a very good job of explaining
It'd probably be
recycling of,
real tough in July because she's in her busiest month now.
yeah, yes.
And unless it was a Thursday morning where she could get back here 10-ish.
Mm.
That's why I was asking how long this runs.
Mm.
And on the Litter League, I believe that's, from what I heard on the radio the other day, it's gonna be September, October, and November.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I heard Tara, I'm pretty sure is what she said.
Okay, you're officially adjourned at 8:14, whatever it is. Thank you very much for your input, and I'll see you next meeting.
have a good one.
Good night.
Thank you.
Night.
Have a good one.
These, you want this for Peter Cummings?
What's that?
You want these for Peter Cummings?
Yes,
He's
Peter
not here
should,
tonight. So there's a list. I don't know who you want.
this is